I am very good. I'm spending some good quality family time here in Samoa. And listen, life is good. Very blessed and had a great year, 2023, and I look forward to 2024, what it brings.
Well, it's great to hear that you are spending some well-earned downtime after a phenomenal performance. And like you just said, a phenomenal year, a rebuilding year, which climaxed in December with a great performance against Deontay Wilder. You've been world champion previously. You've mixed with very high-level competition, Joseph. But would you say that the win in December is the best so far of your career?
That's being champion of the world and beating Andy Ruiz in a close fight and a tough fight. And New Zealand was right up there. It was the best feeling. But then, like you just mentioned, fighting Deontay Wilder, having a busy year, and then finishing it off with a great win over someone like Deontay Wilder, who's only lost to Tyson Fury. I think it was probably was one of the best highlights of my career. It is the best highlight of my career.
What's actually playing out in reality? Something that you knew, but maybe some other people didn't necessarily thought was possible. What is the actual realization of that like on December 23rd?
So, you know, when just going into the fight, I was fully confident. I had all the confidence in the world just because of all the training and everything I did in that year with Andy Lee and George Lockhart, the training, the traveling all around the world, fighting in Australia, fighting in England, fighting in Saudi Arabia, and then finishing off again in Saudi Arabia. Just after the win, it was just like, damn, we done it, you know, and this is what we knew we could do. But there were a lot of doubters and there were a lot of people thinking I was going to get knocked out. But it was great to go into the fight with a plan, executed it, and followed it to the best and got the win.
Joseph, the last I saw of you, we sat in the Bellew tent, if you remember, in the fight hotel, having a little chat. And I'd said to you, I thought it was technically the best performance you've ever had, and you talked about how much you have enjoyed it. Have you watched it back, and how soon do you want to get back?
I have watched it back once, and then I went to watch it again, but the zone took it off. My dad's asking me, son, when can you find a fight? I said, don't worry, I'll try and lock it in and get something for you to watch. But I would like to get out as soon as I can. I know
March? February?
March. I'd love to fight in March.
How does Friday, March the 8th sound?
Anything. I think they've already given me an indication that there's a possibility I could be fighting on that card. So I'm training every day. I'm working hard. I'm eating clean. I'm just enjoying rest time. But I know that there's a fight coming or looming in very soon.
Joe, when you watched the fight back, the one time that DAZN allowed you, tell us how you describe your performance when you watch yourself doing it.
When I watched it, I thought I was very cautious in the beginning just because of the dangers that Deontay Wilder presented. And as the rounds went on, and the more I pushed the fight, the more confident I got in the ring. And I was very going into the back in the corner after a round. Andy gives good, clear and instructions, and he's very calm about it. And he said, "Now is your time to take your chance." And I think as the fight, like I said, grew on, the more confident I became.
Listen, Andy's a fantastic brain, but you obviously played that game plan out to a T and has got a lot of fight fans excited now about what could happen in 2024. In the immediate aftermath, Joe, obviously a few names get thrown at you and you say, yeah, I'll take anybody, I'll fight this guy, I'll fight that guy, I'll fight this. So I'm going to throw a few towards you because there's a couple of fights that I've got your name penciled alongside that I personally would love to see in 2024. First and foremost, let's have a look at some of the fights that you've had previously that didn't go your way. Anthony Joshua. What do you make, first and foremost, of him fighting Francis Ngannou? And would you have loved the opportunity to have fought Anthony on March the 8th?
I've always said that I wanted to fight those who had beaten me, a rematch to avenge them losses. And I felt that if I could, get the win over Wilder, that it could set something up with me and AJ. But now I've seen that he's locked in this fight with Francis Ngannou. And I think it's a great fight. I think, they're both going to get well paid. And Francis Ngannou put on a good performance against Tyson Fury. So it would be interesting to see what AJ does with Francis Ngannou. But I would have loved the opportunity to fight him myself.
What do you make? I mean, there's rumours that Deontay, who you've just beaten, is going to be fighting Zhilei Zhang, who is the WBO interim champion. You're currently number 3 with the WBO. Would you not have wanted that? I mean, that seems to me that he's getting rewarded for you beating him.
All those names that have been chucked or thrown at us, we've said yes to, every one of them. And I think it's good in order to say yes and offer these fights, but there's things that happen behind the scenes that we have to work on in terms of negotiations and all that. But every name like Zhang or Herkovich or anyone, whatever they've said, we've said yes to.
There's also, I mean, you just mentioned the people that you've been in with the past that maybe it hasn't gone your way. Joyce is another name there as well. That, I mean, British fight fans would absolutely love to see that again on British soil. It's probably more likely to be in Saudi Arabian soil. But there's another opponent that could hopefully maybe materialise for March if you're looking to get back out that quick.
Oh, 100%. Like I mentioned, like anyone in the top 10 would like to. Like we in this game, would be nice to get another big fight and just continue on. Like momentum is key, and keeping active is the most important thing, I feel.
Oh, that was one of the things for you. I want to say it's 4 fights you had last year as well. Obviously, people always say that you had one against a cruiserweight, but is the fact that you fought 4 times last year indicate that maybe you'll be out perhaps at least 3 times this year?
Listen, if I could get another 4 times this year, it would be amazing. But it's continuous work with Andy Lee, continuous work with George Lockhart, and finding the proper balance that I've been looking for my whole career.
Listen, it is amazing that obviously you became champion relatively young, in your early 20s, Joe, but it seems now that you're actually boxing at your very, very best. Would you agree with that particular statement?
To be honest, I would agree 100%. I feel like now I won the championship of the world at 24, and I felt like I was too young. You know, I probably didn't handle it as well as I should have, and thought I was a rock star. But now with maturity and having my own family and having the team that I do believe in and trust in 100%, I feel like now I'm actually fighting a lot better and in my prime.
Can I finally ask you, I mean, I think it was 9 weeks you were away from the family. I did say to you about a year ago, I just thought there was a glow about you physically under George Lockhart. You're very happy in the Tyson Fury team setup. Can I just ask you what it feels like? I'm very envious of the pictures I can see of you now with the palm trees and the sunshine, I've got to say, because it's wet, windy and raining here. How much, yeah, look at it, how gorgeous it is. Oh my God, look at that lake behind you. Or is that the sea? How nice is it to be back at home with your family? Your son's just been born, hasn't he? You've got loads of daughters as well. You've got like a whole football team of children now, haven't you?
No son yet. I've got 4 girls.
It's 4 girls and a baby on the way. But another girl?
I'm not too sure yet. I'll find out very soon. But to be honest, I'm very good at making girls. I'll tell you.
Real men make girls, man.
They do. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. One of the things that I will take.
Nice. It feels nice to spend time with the family, wife and kids, and to be here in Samoa and just enjoy fruits of your labour. You know, it's hard work.
Listen, it's extremely well earned.
We're enjoying every moment of it.
We're just losing a little bit of signal there on Joe, obviously, because he's in Samoa. But Joe, listen, thank you so much for giving up a bit of time to come and join us on the programme. Fantastic performance at the back end of the year. A really solid 2023. And it absolutely, I mean, I'm looking at the rankings here. We've got WBO number 3, IBF number 4, WBA number 3, and WBC number 8. They haven't been actually upgraded since your win against Deontay Wilder. So I'm anticipating some of those to go even further up and set you up for a fantastic 2024.
But even more than that, the interchange between Joseph and Anthony Joshua after the event was extraordinary. And also, wherever I went in Saudi Arabia and Riyadh, this man made an impact with people because they said he's the most humble athlete they've ever met. And I think that is true of Joseph Parker, and he is going to have a big 2024.
Not humble when that bell goes, though, mate.
No.
He lets his hands go.
He's a meanie.
He lets his hands go. Listen, Joe, thank you so much. Go well.
Very much. God bless.
Take care.
Cheers, Joe.